Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing my everyday makeup tutorial. So I've already primed my face and my eyes. I primed my eyes using the MAC Prep and Prime. I've had this for quite a while. And then I primed my face using the Too Faced Hangover. And then also what I do before I apply any makeup is I take some Vaseline, just very little, and I apply it on my eyelashes. So I just feel that it makes them more conditioned when I apply mascara and all that. So the first thing that I do is I do my eyeshadow just in case there's any fallout, and that way I can clean it up before I apply my foundation. Now I wanted to do a tutorial because now that I've been home, I have been playing with it more, and I've found a way to do my foundation to where it's not cakey, because I have very dry skin. So even if I use a beauty blender or one of those flat brushes and try to apply foundation, it just over time it gets cakey, and then it looks drying afterward because, you know, I'm trying to rub it in and stuff. So I found a really good way, a really good method to do foundation without it looking that way. So, but the first thing I'm going to do is my eyes. So usually I tend to gravitate towards just usually browns. For today I'm going to use the Jeffree Star Alien palette, and I think I'm gonna try X-Files because I've never tried that shade before. And then usually I just get a little bit on the brush, and no matter what eyeshadow I'm using, I have a garbage can right here, so I just tap it off on there just for any fallout. I'm gonna use this so that way my face isn't out of the picture. And ooh, this has a lot of fallout. So when I apply eyeshadow, I never swoop it. I usually just always pat it on there. I actually like that color. It's like a brown kind of gray. I actually like it a lot. But there is quite a bit of fallout. Not gonna lie. It has kind of a tad bit of a green tint. So it's actually, I really like this a lot. Okay, so all I do is I take my first eyeshadow and I blend it in, or I just put it up to the crease part. I don't go into the crease or anything. Let's get all that fallout out of there. Such a pain sometimes. Alright, so usually what I do, especially on days that I work, I just usually put on, I'll just do a basic shade on my lid, and then up here is, I'll put, which, let's see, I'll try Pluto here. I usually just take any type of beige or white shimmer and I'll put it up there. Wow, that's really blinding, kind of like, oh well. A little much, but that's okay. Oh my god, if I blend it into this color, it kind of turns to like beige shimmer. Oh, that's really pretty. I love that because it's giving me a crease color without me even putting a crease color in there. That is so pretty. Oh, I might have just found my new favorite eye look. Oh, I love that. That is so pretty. Okay. Some mornings, depending, I'll always usually wear eyeshadow or eyeliner. I always do that too. Sometimes, depending on my mood, sometimes I'll wear eyeliner on top and bottom. Sometimes I'll just wear it on bottom. Sometimes I'll just wear it on top. It really just depends on the morning, like what I'm feeling. So I think I'm gonna go in with this. I'm gonna do both the bottom and the top with this Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Pencil in Love Drug. Now I use this one a lot. It looks like a burgundy or like purple, red, whatever, but it really doesn't look that way on the eye, especially from a distance, so it's not that bad. Alright, that's good enough. And then, so for my eyelashes, usually I'll do my foundation and stuff first before usually my eyelashes are the last things that I do. So, and normally too, like, I used to do my eyebrows, but I stopped doing them. To me, they were just kind of a hassle, and, you know, I can never get them perfect, and I think that my eyebrows are fine, natural, but if I do ever feel like I do want to touch them up, I always use the Anastasia Beverly Hills pencil in taupe. I always just use this. I never use powder. I used to use powder, but I stopped doing that. This I just find more easy and more quick. And sometimes I'll just put a little here, or, you know, it just depends. Or sometimes even if, you know, if it's a really lazy morning, sometimes I'll just use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Tinted Brow Gel in Caramel. And this, sometimes I'll just kind of sweep a little bit into my eyebrows if I feel like I want to do my brows that day. And sometimes I'll have to just blend it out a little bit, but that's really quick if you want to, like, you know, be really quick about it. But for me, my brows, I'm not interested in doing my brows, and to me it's the most boringest. I don't know. To me, it's not anything that's ever really interests me. And I like my eyebrows to look more natural anyway, not like the big thick caterpillars, you know. So anyway, let's do the foundation now. So like I said, I primed my face with the Too Faced Hangover primer, and then also before I do that, since I said my face is really dry, I always put on a lotion before. So this is the Body Shop Vitamin C Glow Protect Lotion with sunscreen. So I use this every day, every morning, every night. Even if I don't do foundation, every morning before I leave, and then every night I'll put this on for my skincare. So today, let's try the CoverGirl plus Olay Simply Ageless. Normally, I've been using this CoverGirl Clean Sensitive, but today I'm going to try something different. So let's go ahead and try this. So what I do is I just put some on my hand. That's probably plenty, probably even a little too much. And then I have the, how do you say her name? Sonia Kashuk, or I don't know exactly how to say her name, but it's the brush here. You can get it at Target. So, okay, all I do is very little bit. I don't want to, you know, make it too cakey or anything, so I just start out with very, very little, and I just pat it all over. Probably need a little bit more, and that's all I do. I don't rub, or I don't like go like this or circular, like I just pat. That's it. And I didn't wet the brush or anything like that. I just dry, littlest amount. Oh, that's probably too much. Let's do my forehead then. And sometimes in the morning, since I have bangs now, that's another reason why that I don't worry too much about my eyebrows, is because I have bangs. So my bangs pretty much cover my eyebrows anyway. And yeah, in the morning sometimes, if, like I said, it's another really lazy morning, I won't even put any foundation on my forehead, because again, my bangs cover it. Now I will always put at least powder. Otherwise, throughout the day, I mean, I leave my house and I'm gone for, you know, probably 9 hours, sometimes 10, depending on what day it is, if I have anything to do afterwards. So my bangs throughout the day do tend to get oily. Most people who have bangs know that. So yeah, I just found that this works really good. And this way too, you can start out with the littlest amount and you can build it up if you really want to. And I know I said in one of my, like my first 5 videos, it was where I was baking cupcakes or decorating cupcakes. And I said when I was younger, like more in high school or after high school, like between 18 and like 24, I loved makeup. I thought about even going to school for makeup, and then I just kind of fell out. Like, you know, I started to not love it as much, and I think that was because I didn't know how to do my foundation. You know, it would always just be cakey, and everything that I tried, you know, eyebrows, eyelashes, you know, all that stuff, I kind of got annoyed because I could never make anything look, I mean, my eyes, I could, like my eyeshadow and eyeliner, all that stuff was fine. I could do the blending and all that stuff, but everything else I couldn't do. So that's why I wanted to do the school thing. And then there was something that happened which it kind of bothered me. So what happened was I went to one of the colleges for it, or schools, or whatever you want to call it, and you know, they let me, or they took me on a tour of the campus. They sat me down, explained, you know, how much it would be, how long I'd be there, you know, just everything. It was $50 application fee, but if I wanted to take one home, I had to pay $10, and then once I brought it back, I would pay $40. So it was altogether $50. So I paid the $10. So yeah, I filled it out and everything, and then I think a few weeks went by. What happened is I got an email from the school saying that they changed the name of the school, and they wanted to know if I wanted to come in and tour it. And I was like, what? I already did that. So I called them. They told me that I would have to sit down, go through everything again, you know, give all my information again, have a different application, just everything. And the lady that dealt with me was not even there anymore. I thought that was really weird. Like, was this a sign, you know, that I shouldn't be doing this right now? And then, so I asked, I said, okay, I need a little bit of time to think about it. And I said, can I come in there and get my $10 back for the application? They said no, that it was non-refundable. And I'm like, but I would have to get a new application anyway, like, according to you guys, so that application is not even, they wouldn't do it. So I was like, what the heck? So I felt like it was kind of a sign, you know, I don't know. It just, to me, it was just weird. The timing was weird, and, you know, for me to do this, what I was going to do is I was going to quit my job, because I had enough money saved up to do the schooling for a year. So I was going to quit my job. I was going to move to the city that the school was in and just find like the cheapest like 1-bedroom apartment that was close to the school. So, which I could have done in a year, you know, and not have to work. That way I could focus just solely on school. And I just thought it was weird that that happened, kind of telling me like, don't just up and quit your job, don't just up and move, you know, because maybe I would have went and I would have been miserable. I mean, I don't think that, but I think maybe if I would have went and did all that, I would have regretted it later. I would have regretted quitting a good job that I have, and I still have that job right now, actually. I don't think it would have been a good thing, because I'm making more right now than I would have if I would have done that and found a job doing, you know, hair or makeup. Unless I moved to like a really big city, you know, and I live in Wisconsin, so unless I moved to like Madison or Milwaukee or something, like, I wouldn't have gotten a decent job. You know, I probably would have ended up at like an Ulta or Cost Cutters, and I think those jobs only pay the minimum wage plus your tips and stuff. Plus those jobs, you're not always guaranteed full time and all that stuff. So I think if I ever wanted to do it as like a little side job, you know, go to school, you know, but not just up and quit my job and move, you know. So, okay, I think this is pretty good. So yeah, that's all I do, and like I said, I used very little bit. That was just one pump, and I have so much extra. So now what I do is I just, you know, apply powder over that, and I'm actually today going to be using the Maybelline New York Fit Me powder, and I've never tried this. I actually just bought this yesterday. So we will see how this applies. So yeah, all I do too with powder is just pat. Because again, like I said, my skin is very drying. Some of you may already know this, but a trick, because I didn't have any powder before yesterday, I used eyeshadow to set my foundation. I just tried to find the powder that was, or the eyeshadow color that was equivalent to my skin tone, which was very easy for me. I have enough eyeshadow to last me a lifetime. So, I mean, it's not like perfectly full coverage, which is fine with me. I don't mind that. You know, just a little bit of a soft coverage is fine with me. It doesn't have to be full. And also too, I use concealer, but only on like blemishes. Like if I have a pimple or anything, I don't just use it just in general ever, you know, under my eyes or whatever. I don't go that far. But what I do is, again, I just dab on wherever the blemish is, you know, and then I'll just pat it in. Okay, so after my foundation and stuff is done, I'll always set it. Now I have two setting sprays. I have the Cover FX one, and then I have the Jeffree Star times Morphe one. Usually I'll wear this one if it's, you know, I'm just running to, you know, I just have some errands to do that day, I'm not working, but I'll use this one if I plan on being in my makeup for a long time, like if I go out to or anything. But if I'm just at home or just, you know, have a few things to do, I'll go with this one, just because I feel like this one's lighter. I don't know if it is, I just feel that way, so. And I also love this one too because I feel like, I love the continuous spray. I love that. This one doesn't have that. And I love the smell. I know some people don't, but I do. I love the smell, and I love that it's pink and pretty. Okay, so then the next thing I do is I know I said I leave it till the end, but I lied. I actually, after that is when I do my eyelashes. Oh my gosh, yes. So I have this here, it's from Ulta. I just separate my eyelashes before I do anything. And I usually have about 3 different mascaras open at a time, because again, depending where I'm going, what I'm doing, depends on what kind of mascara I'm going to use. I have some lighter ones, and then I have some thicker ones, you know, so. Alright. And I usually do have a problem or an issue with my eyelashes. I don't wear fake. I don't have eyelash extensions. For me, I always have trouble trying to get my eyelashes to be perfect. And I used to take the wand and curl under my eyelashes and then over, like, on both sides. And I stopped doing that because I found if I curl going this way first, like on top of my lashes, it kind of pulls them down. That's just me, maybe not for everybody. but for me, I feel like it does that, so I stopped doing that. And I'm going to be using the Urban Decay Perversion mascara. This is one of my favorites. This one, I'm actually getting low on it, so that's why I'm going to use it today. Not perfect, but it's fine. Okay, I'm going to do the other one off camera now. Okay. And for me, another reason that doing my eyelashes still bothers me, you know, from before when I would get impatient, is because I don't know why, but towards the ends here, I have these really baby hairs, and they do grow, so but they're like half the length of my regular eyelashes, but they just kind of stick out. They get the mascara on them. They won't curl when I curl my eyelashes, so they just kind of stick out, and it really bugs me. And before, when I was working before the quarantine, I would pluck them because they would just bother me. But now that this quarantine, I've been letting them grow, thinking that maybe they'll actually grow to the length of, you know, the same length as my eyelashes, but they're not. And I don't know. So I'll take some tweezers and I'll just gently pull on them. That way the mascara gets off of them without taking them, you know, plucking them out. That way they're not as noticeable. And my eyelashes too, I need to do something. I need to get extensions or something, because I also, when I curl them and I'll put the mascara on or primer or both or whatever, and they tend to, as you know, within like 5 minutes they'll start to kind of sink down. Like they won't stay perfectly nicely curled. They won't stay, you know, up. And I don't know what to do. And then too, I have some that they'll kind of, they'll curl when I curl them, but then those will just like sink all the way back to like normal. So I have some that stay up, some that are just, I don't know, I need to figure something out here. Sometimes I can, you know, do them and they look amazing, they look perfect, but other times it's just like, I don't know what's going on. So, and sometimes I'll try to put on more coats thinking like, oh, maybe that's the problem. But then sometimes the more that I put on, they tend to get clumpy, and I just, you know, maybe it's the mascara. I mean, I don't really know. Ugh. And I tell myself, like, don't play with them too much because then they're gonna get super clumpy and whatever. It's as good as it's gonna get. So, okay, after mascara, then all I do is my blush and my highlighter. Couldn't think of it. So what I do to save time, again, is I just use my MAC, this one's very old, 159 brush, I think. So the only blush I have right now, since I'm trying to kind of downsize a little bit, because I used to have so much makeup, like I had like, you know, 10 blushes, like 10, 15 highlighter, you know, nobody needs that much. And I remember back in the day, years ago, like 10 years ago, I used to watch Elle and Blair Fowler, more Elle, but, and other, you know, makeup gurus and stuff, and they just had these huge collections of makeup, and I always thought like, oh, I would love that, you know, and must be so nice. But now, thinking back, it's like, I wouldn't want that much because there's no way I'm going to use it all. And, you know, you lose things, and things just get old, and they expire, you know, eventually. So I try to just keep, you know, one of everything that I know is going to last me a long time, like blush. Blush, like one thing of blush will last me a whole year, if not longer. So right now, I'm not saying that these are my favorite, they just happen to be the ones that, after I did a big purge, ended up being last, because a lot of my other ones were old. So this one I got a long time ago. It is called, I don't even know how to say it, Corbata, but I'm not even gonna try. But it's by NARS. It was part of a Christmas collection. I know it is very old, but for me, some makeup I will keep, like eyeshadows, you know. The only time I'll really throw anything away is like if I do a big purge, or if I feel like, you know, the product isn't working like it should. So, you know, the only person that uses my makeup is me, and I always use clean brushes, so I don't feel, you know, like the expiration date on some eyeshadows is like a year or 2 years. Like, in the past, when I was younger, I've had eyeshadows for like 5-6 years, you know. So, yeah. But, yeah, with blush, all I do is pat again. You know, same with my highlighter. Now, this one I have had for a very long time, too. It is the Mineralized Skin Finish in Soft and Gentle by MAC. Now, I do have a few highlighters. I don't just have this one because I bought a Jeffree Star palette, highlighter palette, the Northern Lights, I think. So, because I wanted to try some of his highlighters because his makeup is just always amazing, and especially the highlighters. So I do have that, but this one I'm just going to try to use it up as much as I can. And I did actually, you know, this is no shade towards Jeffree. I don't know if this is normal. I love Jeffree Star, like, you know. But I did have, my very first highlighter from him was one called Lavender Snow. I do still have it because I'm going to be doing a product empties video, even though the product isn't empty. But what happened was I had it for maybe, say, 8 months, something like that. Maybe a year at the most. And it started to smell really bad. And I've never had a product do that. So I don't know if that's something from his brand to let you know when it's going old. If it is, that's actually kind of cool. I kind of wish all makeup would do that. To kind of tell you, like, okay, I need to be thrown out now. That would be so cool. I mean, some makeup will smell, but yeah. Not all of it, but that's what happened with that one. So I'm kind of a little bit leery on the Northern Lights palette that I have by him. And sometimes I will put a lipstick on, but sometimes lately I haven't been because we're all wearing masks and stuff, and my braces, I feel like, you know, lipstick is going to get on braces or whatever, or even lip gloss. I'm trying to only use chapstick, but if I were going to do a lip gloss with this look, I would probably, one of my favorites, or two of my favorites, they're pretty much the same shade, same shade, same color, kind of, but both of these I love very much, especially this one, even though I love Jeffree Star, you know, but I've had this one for years and years, so that's why. Probably won't buy it again because I found this one, but it's the Kat Von D Lovecraft liquid lipstick. I've had this one for years, so I'm just, you know, I do still use it. There's still product in there, but I also love the Kylie Posey K Velvet liquid lipstick. So both of these are about the same shade. Not exactly, but this is like my favorite shade of lipstick right here. Is this, like, I don't even know how to, like a mauve, pinkish, nudish kind of color. I don't really know how to describe it, but this is like my favorite shade of lipstick. If I could have my lips tattooed this color, I probably would. But yeah, I think that's all. Now my eyebrows do kind of look a little bit, at least here in person, they do kind of look a little bit light. Just brush them out here. That's okay. So yeah, that was my everyday makeup. You know, sometimes I don't do everything, and you know, sometimes I take shortcuts and stuff like that, but yeah. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. This was actually kind of fun. I kind of see now why the beauty gurus, makeup gurus, you know, why they do tutorials. I think I might actually do more of these, so with maybe some more different looks, maybe extreme looks. I'm not trying to be a beauty makeup guru or anything, it was just fun. Please don't forget to like, leave a comment, and please subscribe for more relatable content, and I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I hope you all have a great day.